we've already seen that whenever we have a repeated linear factor, like we have in this case here, this is our linear factor, and this is our repeated here. So whenever we have a repeated linear factor, we would need to break this up as one fraction plus another fraction. So if you look at this, this is our linear factor, and then so this is our linear factor, and then this is to the power of 1, but then for some reason we would need to increase the power by an extra 1. So for us to break this up, we would need to have one fraction plus another fraction. And at this moment in time, we don't fully understand why is it that whenever you have a repeated linear factor, you would need to break it up in this manner. Well, at this moment in time, we don't fully understand why. For you to fully understand why, you need to do further pure mathematics. But as far as we're concerned, at this moment in time, as far as we're concerned, it's just a process that we go through in order to integrate this complicated thing here. Okay, so let me just expand on this. Let me give you a complicated version of this so that you get a sense of what's going on. So, for example, if you look at this here, whenever you have something this complicated, then if you look at this here, this is this here is a linear factor, and this here is repeated. So if you see this, then you would need to break it up as one fraction plus another fraction plus another fraction plus another fraction. This is your quadratic factor here. Just double check that you can't break this up any further. You can't reduce any further. So in this case you can't. So you just have to leave it in this form here. Okay. So for you to have this quadratic factor here, then you would need to plus this fraction. And just note that this is linear. This is a quadratic factor. Just bear that in mind. And then you can see that this is a quadratic factor, but it's repeated. So for you to break this up, you would need to do this fraction. Notice that this is quadratic and this is linear. Well, for you to break this up here, you would need to have this fraction plus this fraction plus this fraction, and now to the power 3 to the power 3. So as things get complicated, you need to break it up like this in order for you to integrate something like this. And by the way, this is a very tough job. You would need a computer to do it. It's like me asking you to do this. It's like me giving you this, something this complicated, and asking you to get from here to here. Now this alone is a task in itself, because for you to get from here to here, it's very difficult for you to factor out everything. So in general, hang on. In general, for us to get, well, this here, by the way, is just made up. I've just made this up here. So this does not factor to this. Okay. But getting from here to here is a very difficult job. You would need to use a computer in order to get from here to here, and there are some functions that you can use that will do it automatically for you. Okay, but just the whole point of this video is that if you get something this complicated, then you would need to break it up like this and so on here, and then follow through a process. So yeah, so just know that when something's this complicated, you would need to break it up as this plus this plus this and so on here. Okay.